made it through the day. I'll have to update you later. Good morning. I don't know why it is so incredibly dark out. Did it change that much from yesterday to today? It was cloudy yesterday. It was cloudy today. I'm so glad it's not gonna rain. It was saying it was gonna rain right at high school walk to school time, which is a panic attack waiting to happen when you can gotten injured in bad weather. So glad about that. I'm eating some toast. It was like 5 minutes earlier than I have been coming in, but I have been coming in 5 minutes later than I've been wanting to. But since I'll be doing teacher duties, I need to go set up the room. So let's do it.
Many hours later.
We made it through the day. I'll have to update you later. I got an email from the high school psychologist checking in and said, oh, can you call between 2 and 3? And I'm actually heading straight from here. It's 2:35 to the high school. So I was like, well, I can call from outside or I can just come in. So I'm going to go in. So I got to rush. I'm alive.
Many hours later.
All right, friends. It's a little late. It's 8:18. I've been down there prepping lunch stuff. Sebastian went to his sushi. Basically, I give him sticky rice, dried seaweed sheets, and then I chop up matchstick shaped cucumber and carrots. And then I also got him imitation crab sticks this time. So he puts it all together and is a happy camper. But it's a lot of chopping for me. On top of chopping the fruit for all of our lunches, the fruit for Jackson's breakfast. And sorry, I just saw a bug out of the corner of my eye. I won't say PTSD because it's a serious thing and I don't have that, but I'm on high alert because it's been freaking bug wild kingdom in our classroom. But yeah, it was a lot, and Sebastian wanted some time to play his game because he hadn't time managed well. So it was fine. I was like, I need some extra time anyway. But our day subbing as the teacher went pretty well. I mean, you never know what you're gonna get in our class. Our nonverbal behavior child is there 5 days a week, and she's making huge leaps and bounds of improvement, but she has her hard moments. We all have our hard moments, and when you have no communication, it's extra hard, especially if your brain does not work typically. So she had a tough morning. I need to talk to people and discuss strategies on how to move her through the building without her trying to go rogue, because we cannot restrain. And there gets to a point where you have to let go. So that's tough. I am going to go a different way. And 2 out of the 3 ways to get to our classroom, I am now going to avoid. Because one goes through the library, and she already tries to get into the library when we pass it. So I don't want it to already make it seem even more fun. And the other goes by a cafeteria, which she is now treating as a high-prized place. I need to discuss with people, get suggestions, think it through. My initial thoughts, avoid walking that way. As I was talking to with my sub. I say my sub, she's my friend. She's amazing. She's the super sub for all of SPED this year so far. But I'm not saying her name, so you just get to hear my sub. And yeah, after that, like the first hour was just rough in general. She wasn't happy. She didn't want to do her normal routine. We just slogged through it, changed things up a wee bit. We did an extra sensory, and sometimes she needs that on hard days. She was having a bit of a hard day the day we had observations, and I threw in an extra sensory for like 5 minutes. And we did that again. We managed to make it through art time, which is amazing, and a couple hello songs. She was crying for the weather, but participating, attending, so you do what you can do. We can't all like everything we do as long as we're safe and we're loved and we're respected. But the middle of the day went fab. Middle of their day, it's the middle of the morning. She was very engaged. My other one was having a super rock star potty day because she's potty training. So proud of her. And speech came in. I luckily remembered speech was coming in. And we had them all settled. And I think they had a great session. It gave us a little breather, having an extra body. Basically 2 people for 1 student who doesn't necessarily need that. So that was good. And the last part of their day was a little rushed. Lunch was chaotic again. Again, we could not get her through the lunch line. And my sub took her to wait at the table. And I just got both the lunches and apologized to the cafeteria manager. It's like, it's not working out right now. And it probably won't in the future when we have 2 nonverbal kids. So, I don't know. But they loved recess until my little friend just was so tired and wanted to go home. And she was just kind of glued to me, counting down with me the time to go home. And I get it. I was very flexible about our day, but I was like, little buddy, I can't be flexible about this. The bus literally just is not here yet until 11:20. So, but she made it, and I got to give a good review to my other little friend's mom. She's a pickup, and yeah, it's good to have a good potty day after a harder potty day. Never thought I'd be potty training a bunch of kids again, but here we are. And then my sub left. She doesn't need to sub for the afternoon because my teacher's just in planning and meetings. So I had no planning, so I just joined the PM class. I ate part of my lunch with them because my lunch was overlapping a little bit. But I found out that the training I was told to stop, I actually do have to do. Like, I've been nervous about this and thinking, should I just start doing it? And finally, I was like discussing it a little bit with some of my coworkers, and the special ed dean was out in the hall. So the PMTA said, hey, do you want me to just ask her? I'm like, yes, please do. I'm so nervous about this. And so she stepped in, and I showed her my account where I had 3 modules, and some people had different modules. She was like, yes, if that's in your account, you have to do those. Those are assigned to you. I'm like, that's what I thought. Luckily, I had finished the entire second module minus the test. And I thought there was still a little bit more to it, but no, it said completed. I'm like, okay, I must have stopped right at the end of it and not known. So, backache, it's like cramps. I was supposed to get my period like a week ago, but it got stress damaged. I don't know what you would call that. Like, stress just stopped it cold before it started. So now it's like, oh yeah, we gotta do that. Anyway, yeah, luckily all I had to do is take the test. I did get a few things wrong. It's just like, you take it until you get it situation, just because like a week had passed since I was learning it. So I opened up my notes and was reviewing, and then we were fine. And then the last chapter wasn't too bad. It was maybe like 45 minutes of videos and me taking notes. And the quiz was so short on that one. Instead of like 20 questions, it was maybe 5, and had no problems with that. And then I was done. So that was done. I finished right around dismissal, and they actually only had 3 kids on the PM class, they're supposed to have 5. So the teacher took the one car rider and I took one of the bussers, even though my coworker's totally fine with doing 2 bus riders, even 3, because they stay with her. But I was like, I'll have to go get some fresh air. I've been staring at that screen because I can't focus on what the people in the video are saying, so I read the transcript along with it, and it's like white text on black, and it's just, oh, it hurts my eyes. Sebastian is there. Sebastian, you're supposed to be getting ready, my love. Can you get ready? So, yeah, I did that. Came back and speech stopped in. I guess she had arranged to speak with the PM teacher and TA. They have more kids who use ACC, augmented communication something. It's the iPads with the pictures and you can push in, it's your voice. So discussing stuff about that. I listened to a little bit of that because I had some questions about it just from what I learned in my training, and I wanted to hear her input on some stuff. So she had additionally brought some information about that. But then while I had been doing my training, I think around 1:30, I checked my email, my personal email, and I had an email from the high school because I've been in touch with the counselor just because it's been a rough year for Jax. There's so much anxiety when it rains and stuff because of all the injuries. It's understandable. And it turns out they just wanted to check in and see how everything was going and offer additional support. And she wanted to do a phone call, like a group phone call between 2 and 3. I work till 2:30. And I needed to pick up Jax from the high school at 3 for an early dismissal. And I wasn't not planning on going home because I would just like turn around and immediately leave. So I told her that. I was like, I'm going to be outside the school just waiting. I'm coming straight from work. I can come in or I can call from out there. And she's like, yeah, do either way. She was exactly on the same page where if there was no parking, she was expecting I would just call from the car line. And if there's parking, I'd come in. But I was able to come in. It's pretty easy to go in when you have a employee ID. They did ask what I was doing because I wasn't holding a box of medicine this time. And I just said who I was there to see. And they did go over a few minutes or Jax went out early. I don't know. I was only a couple minutes past 3. They were trying their best to keep me on schedule while introducing themselves. There was an intern school psychologist and then the actual one. And they're both lovely. And I feel good about the situation there. But Jax was already waiting out of my car. I had messaged saying, hey, I'm in your school talking to them. And so we were fine, and I got Jax a snack, and we just ate it in the car outside of PT. Then we went in. We ended up having to wait, even though we were right on time. They made us wait. I was able to pay for the previous appointment's copay, and then this one, I wasn't sure if this would be the last, but I did tell them that Friday we have an ortho appointment. Oh gosh, I'm talking so long. And that, because that always kind of tells them, okay, we need to do an eval and send it to your doctor. So it was an eval appointment for the first half, like measuring, assessing. Jax did a survey, and then the dog is staring at me. And then some modified exercises. We had the therapist who's like the most in tune to Jax's anxieties and stuff, but also is really good about thinking up exercises that would really be beneficial. We were kind of at a loss. Do we continue? Is this a benefit? I wanted Jax to tell me that afterwards, and I wanted her to tell me that afterwards. And Jax is kind of like, I feel like the things we did today actually do help, and I feel like some of these other things that are just a workout do not. She's of the opinion that we could benefit from 6 more sessions at the current rate. But I need to clarify the current rate. She's like, how often are you coming? I was like, we had been doing twice a week, but then we couldn't get appointments, so it's been like once every 2 weeks. So I don't know if she means the once every 2 weeks or the twice a week. I don't think I'd want to do more than once a week because I have a bunch of other appointments for the kids coming up. It's just going to be too hard. It's just, Jax misses the same classes every time because it's the end of the day. And I can't just randomly go in the middle of my day because I'm working. But anyway, tomorrow, normal morning, we'll have 2 students, one of them different than today, and then I go straight from that to training for the rest of the day. So I'll need to hopefully eat my lunch there because I will be hungry. And yeah, nice chill after school. I come home, we'll do homework with Sebastian, go to the car line. I probably need to run to the store, sit in car line and come home. And then I'll have a little bit of time and then dinner. I know that doesn't sound chill, but after today, that's chill. So good night, everyone. I'm sorry that this was just like a 14-minute video of me talking, but you could have skipped that. I know my views are very little, but I make these videos as my memories, and my memories aren't going to be exciting to everybody, so it is what it is. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.